Well, I know it's been a while, everyone, but your barefoot country cook is back in the kitchen, and I am going international today to Jamaica. How many people know how to make a good marinade for goat's meat? This goat's meat right here. It has some bones in it, which is fine. If you can cut them up into smaller chunks, like this is a big one. It's got bone right through it, so there's no way I can cut that up. So when I cook it, it'll fall off the bone and everything will be fine. So before you make your curry goat stew, soup, whatever you want to call it, I just call it a main dish, curry goat, you want to wash your goat's meat. And what you wash it in is a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So you take that, that's a half a tablespoon, and that's a whole tablespoon, okay? You can use white vinegar. I'm just using apple cider vinegar because that's what I have. And you just toss that around in that vinegar. What the vinegar does is it takes that wild taste out of the meat for you. And so you do the vinegar on it, toss it real good, and then you're going to rinse this off with water. That's preparing your meat for the marinade. The vinegar permeates the meat to allow the spices and all to get in there and make it absolutely delicious. So I've got that mixed up pretty good. I'm going to rinse this off with water. Oh, goodness gracious. And go like that. There we go. So now I know it's good and rinsed. Okay. So if you don't have room in your fridge to put this marinated meat in, you can put it in a big plastic bag. Like the plastic bag that this came in is this big plastic bag. And this would more than hold it. So I can put the meat with all the marinade ingredients in the bag, tie it up, and this sits overnight. For best results, overnight. If you can't wait, 2 hours. Put it in your fridge and let it marinate for 2 hours. In order to do the marinade, you need 2 tablespoons of curry. I go to here in Atlanta, I go to the DeKalb Farmers Market because they have the best prices on spices, teas, you name it. No fancy container, and the price reflects that. You're not paying for fancy packaging. So I need 2 tablespoons of this. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And, wait a minute, that's 1 tablespoon. So I need 2 tablespoons. That was a half and a half. I'll make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, 2 tablespoons. So I need 2 more of these. 1. This is 2 pounds of goat's meat with the bones in it. So you need 2 pounds, 2 tablespoons of curry, 4 cloves of minced garlic. Now, you can buy the garlic, peel it, and then mince it yourself. One of these cloves makes 1 teaspoon of minced. So I'll put that in there. Yeah, that's 1 teaspoon. But then I got this, which is already minced up, save time. And I need 4 cloves. That's 1 teaspoon is 1 clove, so I need, what, 3 more of these. So it's 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. 1. There's 1 in there, so that makes 2. 3. And 4. That makes 4 cloves of minced garlic. 4 teaspoons is 4 cloves. 2 stalks of chopped scallions. One of my favorite things to just snack on with a plate of salt. And we're going to move this thyme out of the way. And we're going to chop these onions up. About 1/8 of an inch, just little tiny slices. Just like this. Yeah, I went to the farmer's market and I thought, you know what? I love curry goat. I wonder if they have goat meat. They sure did. So I told them 1.5 pounds. I ended up with 2 pounds. And that's fine because the recipe calls for 2 pounds. I hadn't even looked up the recipe yet when I got the meat. So. Something about scallions that just makes everything taste really good. Okay. Scallions. 2 stalks of scallions. Right in there. Just like that. Okay, now some recipes I've found call for cilantro or coriander. Well, this recipe doesn't have it in it, but I'm going to add it to it. The trick with coriander, aka cilantro, is make sure you wash it well. It is grown in sandy soil, and you don't want any gritty sand in your food. So, and I pull the stems off of it, so I have mostly leaves to chop that up. This recipe also takes a teaspoon of dried thyme, but I'm going to use fresh thyme just for flavor's sake. And I'm going to take about 3 stalks of this and chop it up real good. I mean, I have dried, thyme, but it's like powdered, and I don't think it would have the same effect as fresh, chopped, or diced up thyme leaves. Thyme is really great. Fresh thyme in a chicken dish. Throw in even some dill in a chicken dish. This is for this goats. If it's mostly stick, I'm not going to put that in there. I want those little leaves. Okay. So the equivalent, in my estimation, of 1 teaspoon of thyme, dry thyme, is 2 teaspoons of fresh. So I've got 1. Come on, get in there. Basically 2, a little bit more. You can't give enough spices for some things, especially thyme. It just melds with everything really well. And then you want a 1-piece chunk of ginger, and you peel it and then you grate it. And what you're going to do is you're going to grate it on this side of your grater, which you normally would grate certain things on, and it makes up a tablespoon. So a tablespoon of grated ginger. Salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to put in this cilantro while I'm thinking of it. You want to make sure when you dice this stuff up, it's real fine. As fine as you can get it. It releases all of those yummy flavors in the leaves. Just like this. That should be good enough. That's about a tablespoon there, give or take. Onion in there. Now I'm going to move this over this way, and I'm going to stir this up. Yes, man. Oh, if you could only smell this right now. This smells absolutely fabulous. Like curry and onion and coriander, aka cilantro, is just making a really nice odor. The other reason why I suggest putting this into the thick plastic bag like that is you can, as it marinates overnight, you can go in every couple of hours and shake it up. Shake it up, get it good and coated, get it good and infused with all of that. So let's make sure that I didn't forget anything on this. I don't think I did. Let's see. Oh, allspice. Forgot to put the allspice in there. A teaspoon of allspice. I knew there was a spice I was missing. So we're going to get a teaspoon of this allspice. Wish I'd gotten some fresh allspice at the farmer's market, but I had this at home, so this will do. There we go. Teaspoon of allspice. Oh, man. That really makes it aromatic. Woo-wee. Can't beat this. Now you can cook after this is done marinated. You can go ahead and sear it. And after you sear the meat, you can either put it in a big pot and let it cook for 2 hours on top of the stove, or if you really want tender goat meat, put it in your crock pot and put it on high for 4 hours or low for 6 hours. And watch that meat fall off of the bone. Because that's what you want. You want tender goat's meat. You don't want this wild, tough stuff. I think that's everything for my marinade. I have to double check myself. And salt, pepper. Now there, you can put a Scotch bonnet pepper into this. You can put any pepper into it to give it a little heat. I'm going to use and if you use a Scotch bonnet, if you want it to be hot, cut the pepper open. The Scotch bonnet pepper, cut it open. If you don't, otherwise, you just put it in there whole when you go to cook it. In this way, I'm going to use a Serrano because I like the flavor of Serranos. They give it a little heat, but they also give it a good flavor. You can also use a poblano pepper. So this is your curry goat marinade. And we're going to put this in the fridge overnight so it'll be good and marinated through. And then we're going to make up the rest of it in part two. Part two. We're going to do a part 2. We will actually cook this, and you'll get to see, hopefully, the results of it. I'm anxious to see how this turns out. So I'm going to put this in the plastic bag and put it in the fridge because I have limited space, and that way I can toss the bag around, and make sure it's evenly coated on all the pieces of meat. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a new endeavor that I'm doing here. If you don't have fresh ginger, you can use the ground ginger, but you're only going to need about a teaspoon of it. The fresh is so much better because it's fresh. You get the juices from the ginger and not the dried version of it. And then we will make some curry goat